Alright, y'all. This video is called Cool Teachers Are Ruining Children. Now, this is a very interesting topic because I feel like there's been a lot of conversations recently, especially since COVID and moving forward. I feel like there's been a lot of conversations just talking about this new generation and like how focused they are, how well they're doing academically, how everybody wants to become like streamers, entertainers, or whatever. I'm the wrong person to be speaking about that, but I've just been seeing a lot of conversations like that, like the average grade score is just declining, like kids are more ignorant, XYZ. And I don't want to put all of that on the teachers, but I do feel like teachers do play a very big part in like shaping the future. Obviously, like they are the ones who shape kids and their ideas, and if you have strict teachers and they don't really let you express those ideas, that kind of just like affects how the kid's gonna move and how they're gonna grow and how they think. And so how those things all go down affects children. I don't know. I could never be a teacher, and I got a lot of respect for teachers because of the like responsibility they have and like what they got going on. But this is an interesting video. I want to see what they're talking about. So, cool teachers are ruining children. Let's see what they're talking about. And for y'all who are going to be watching this on the YouTube side, if y'all enjoy the vibes, make sure to come over on Twitch where we be hanging out, man. We stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Pull up on the stream where we be getting lit. All right, let's get into this video.
Are we not getting tired of the professional people being unprofessional? There's been this
Hold on. Let me max my volume.
growing trend going around, especially with the...
Yo, it's good, gang? Damn, it's been a minute, bro. How you been, man? Bombo clat.
Content creation, social media, TikTokification era that we do live in now, where everybody...
Alright.
Every single aspect of their lives. And because
we just reacting to a video right now called Cool Teachers Are Ruining Children, as you can see on the top right there.
Boring don't necessarily make it to the FYP pages for everybody to see. They want to live it up. They want to make it be as big as possible, even to the extent of doing things that are unprofessional. And while this video might stem from the teacher claiming to be the cool teacher, which in and of itself, I don't even understand why that's something that people would strive to be. That's a little oxymoronic. But while this video might stem from a cool teacher comments, unprofessionalism has been bleeding into professional environments for a long time now. We're losing the recipes. It's the reason why I had to put on my Sunday's best in order to show people that, yes, you can still wear a tie and look good. If I do say so myself, look a little handsome. I may hand you some.
Other teachers have a tendency to get upset with what the students consider the cool teachers. As a person that I guess you could say that students would consider like, oh, I want to be in this class. It's like, you can't be mad at that teacher for being who they are. You're holding bitterness against the wrong thing. And if you're a cool teacher, you get it. Not that we want to be cool, is that the students make you a pillar of resources, emotional stability, whatever feels like home. The students themselves make you that.
Now, I'm going to put on my old head hat for a second. I grew up in an era where there was a clear distinction between authority figures and your friends. The authority figures weren't striving to be cool. They were authority figures. They were well-respected. They were sought to as people who had a voice and respected opinion, and they were intelligent, etc., etc. Now, I think a common misconception in this conversation is that these teachers now have to conform to whatever respectability politics that are laid out by some bigger, wider, vaster system that has control over, you know, minorities and that are putting down people. And I'm saying no to that. Like, I don't think that dreads make you less of a person to listen to. Like, that doesn't make you less intelligent because maybe you have a different hair color or you have an ear piercing or something like that. I don't think that that's what that is. The problem becomes when you believe that all these norms that are in place just serve no purpose at all, and we should just let them all go. Why is it not strange that a teacher is striving to be the cool teacher around a bunch of teenagers? And the way that he's going about doing that is not by being a great listening ear, not by being understanding, not by doing a bunch of different math problems and meeting them where they are. But no, he's depicting that based off of how he dresses, at least in the video shown online. I know people aren't gonna want to hear this, but there are certain professions in which you have to be professional through and through, from tip to toe, top to bottom. I don't want to see my teacher or my kid doing some sort of TikTok dance in the damn classroom, especially when I know what these test scores are in America. Like, I just don't want to see that. And it seems...
See, that's something that I brought up earlier. Y'all see these average test scores? What do you put them? Hold on.
Top to bottom. I don't want to see my teacher or my kid doing some sort of TikTok dance in the damn classroom, especially...
That's crazy.
Oh! He needs some milk.
And like, this is like I agreed to what he was saying. I was gonna cut him off, but I was really trying to let him finish his point and let him get to where he was going. But like, I feel like I kind of agree, you know what I'm saying? Like, to a certain extent. Like, if a teacher just has like a chill personality, like, that's that. But I don't think that they should be like overly goofy or like overly jokey or like, you know what I'm saying, or like the guy said, making TikTok dances. And like, that outfit was crazy. Like, if my teacher wore that, I would have no respect for him, you know what I'm saying? Or like, not no respect, but it'd be hard to like, you know what I'm saying, because then you just become one of the guys. Like, people start looking at you like one of us, which is like not the point, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, something he pointed out is like, you're not the cool teacher by like, again, being a good listener, or like, you know, meeting them where, meeting the students where they're at. Like, that's what my favorite teachers were for me. Like, my favorite teachers were not the ones that like dress like me or look like me or whatever, or let me get away with whatever. They were the teachers who like, sure, like, you know, they might have been like, you know, a little bit more chill in terms of like, they toss jokes here and there, but that wasn't their whole personality. Like, they were the types that really tried to help me with my learning and like really prioritize like my best interest, right? If they saw that like the way that they were teaching wasn't connecting with me, they'd explain it in a different way, or they would like respond to my questions and like go the extra mile to make sure that I understood what they were trying to get to, you know what I'm saying? When I had concerns, they would listen to my concerns and they would let me voice it out, you know what I'm saying? Those were the better teachers. Those were the teachers that like earned my respect, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this guy's just saying that like these new teachers are just like dancing and like doing whatever for this respect, and I kind of just like, I agree that that's not the move.
When I know what these test scores are in America, like, I just don't want to see that. And it seems like every time we have this conversation, people feel as if we're putting people down, but the reality is these teachers enjoy the attention from their students more than anything, and that right there is weird.
Let's just
keep it exactly
and admit that some teachers enjoy attention from students. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for a long time, almost 10 years. And one thing that I noticed really quick was when I would wear fitted clothing, kids noticed. They noticed. I remember one year, kids accused me all year of having a BBL. After that year, I decided, you know what? I'm not wearing tight clothes to school anymore, because that's not the kind of attention that I want at school. But there's a time and a place for everything, right? Like wearing those tight clothes, those tight skirts, low cut clothes, not for school. A big part of being a teacher is just modeling how to navigate the world, modeling how to dress appropriately.
We've all been in
I feel like, again, that's a very big thing. Like, you know, even I could address this. Like, hold on, bro. Let me bar up here real quick. Because, again, just like she said, like, there's a time and place for everything, right? And I could totally relate to that. Like, the way that I talk to you guys and the way that I engage with you guys is not the way that I'm going to go engage and talk when I'm at my day job, right? And the way that I talk and engage at my day job is not the way that I'm going to talk and engage when I'm on set, right? Shooting videos and stuff like that. And the way that I act when I'm on set is not the same way that I'm going to act when I'm on stage performing or when I'm in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, it's not like being fake But you just gotta know which sides of your personality to bring out depending on which environment that you're in, right? Again, there's a time and place for everything. And like I feel like fashion very much goes in that same conversation. Like as a teacher and as a grown person, like yeah, you can have color coordination and you could, you know, put on some stuff that looks nice or whatever, but it's like if you're dressing like a teenager in your 30s, bro, that just says a lot. That really says a lot.
These situations, students getting specialized treatment from the cool teacher, teachers wanting to fit in by knowing the songs and the dances, or watching the television shows that the kids are watching, listening to the music, trying to be a part of the in crowd. Those people have not mentally passed where they are when they were in those same classrooms.
That's literally what I was just gonna say. Like when I was saying it says a lot, like if you're dressing like you're 30, I mean if you're dressing in your teens, in your 30s, and I was saying it says a lot, to me that just means that like you just missed your teens, you're stuck in your teens, something didn't happen for you, like right for you in your 20s. I don't know. I don't know.
Sitting in those same desks. They're not getting attention from somewhere else, so they're gonna get it from people who are forced to spend 8 hours a day. Looking at the teacher in the beginning, there are pictures of him showing his midriff off. There's even outfits where he's like showing that he has a grill in his mouth. Like, why does nobody think that that is like not okay? And before I get the crowd of people in the comments that are saying, yo, if I had a teacher who dressed this way, I would pay more attention, I would respect my teacher more, I'd be more willing to learn. That's cap. We just need to full stop and not say that. There's studies out there that talk about how looks, being attractive or unattractive, can have effects on whether students are paying attention to a teacher or not. And there's also studies that show that, hey, dressing a certain way, dressing more professionally, proceeds to then give students a higher value. Like they view you just better in the grand scheme of things. I know that sounds crazy, but we are programmed a certain way. To me, one of the reasons why I want to stop this and nip this in the bud is because when that slope starts to get slippery, it starts to slide in left, right, sideways, all the way down. When I was young, there were boundaries set with the people that were considered professionals in my life, whether it be teachers, doctors, attorneys, or whoever the case may be. But nowadays, when I scroll social media, I see things like teachers getting their hair braided with their students in class during class time, which is insane and out of pocket and totally inappropriate. And then I also see these teachers doing these long, lengthy handshakes, hugging their students, etc., etc. Now, I would hope that a lot of people agree with me that the teacher getting his hair undone by the students is weird as hell. Like, he's claiming that it makes a deeper connection with the students. What more deeper of a connection do you need to just, you know, give them their assignments? I don't know, make sure that they're passing their classes. But even as I extend over to the woman that is doing the handshakes, one of the main problems that I have is that we're showing the kids' faces now. We're not even like blurring the kids' faces. You've got your social media presence out there so much that you're showing what seems to be like little kids' faces on the internet. When are the professionals gonna be professional? And it only makes it worse because we've enabled this behavior for so long that it allows people to become ultra defensive when somebody tries to correct them for their actions.
During this time, hey bestie, I really hope that you see this message. How are you? I hope that you're okay. My class misses you so much, and we really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much. I can't wait for you to come back.
Yeah, that's that same teacher who...
Before this guy says anything, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm gonna give this guy grace. I don't know exactly what he's going through. I know that like that situation was huge, and like because of that whole situation, I know that he ended up like losing his job or something and all that, and like we don't know what he went through financially. We don't know what he's going through in his life and whatever is going on personally. So I'm not gonna say anything. Not to say what he's gonna say is invalid, but I'm gonna take what he's gonna say here with a grain of salt with that guy's situation specifically.
Having the kids undo his hair. He got suspended, and this is how he responds, in the freakiest, nastiest way possible. I don't think people really realize this, but you spend a lot of your formative years in a classroom. Teachers ultimately become role models. I know that people talk about your households and your family and stuff like that having a major influence on you, but think about it. A professional person in a professional setting, the first time that you usually see those is potentially the doctor when you're like a kid or whatever the case may be, but then also a teacher in the classroom. They are role models to the world. And if they aren't upholding those standards, well, then it makes sense how we can then go into life not understanding, yo, there should be some standard for how I don't know, go do an interview.
So I just got dress coded during an interview. And then they decided to reschedule the interview with me for tomorrow.
I did see this video. This is crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
But before they rescheduled, the lady was like, would you like to come back? Like go change and then come back? And I was like, no. These are the shorts. I'm serious, it's not real. These are the shorts.
So, are these shorts too short? Are they too revealing? No. But is this how you want to show up in a interview, a job interview, a professional setting? It's like, also no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell by the background that it's summer. You could tell that it's hot. You know, that might have been her excuse. But at the end of the day, it's like, you could put on something that's longer, something that looks better, something that's a little bit more professional. Again, you're trying to get a job here, and the fact that like you were given an opportunity to go change and then you're like, no, I'm good, like you decided to stand on business, like I believe like the comments flamed her and were like, yo, you deserve this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like it's this new wave of like aura or like trying to be too cool, and it's like people don't know when to shut that off and be like, you know what, let me just like focus on real life here, because real life is like still going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
This young woman is flabbergasted at the fact that she got flagged for dress code. I mean, you have on shorts to an interview. And I don't even want to say that it's your fault. You weren't taught. While you were in school, you probably had the cool teacher who was wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt and being unprofessional to the students and the whole environment as a whole. So you think that this is normal. When you get into a professional setting, this is what you're supposed to do. But I'm here to tell you, hey, no, that's not it. But every action doesn't just happen as a one-off. People become unprofessional because the standards weren't set and met at the beginning of their life, right? When teachers dress a certain way, they pass the interview looking a certain way, and then they come into the office dressed for a professional corporate job, getting off their office siren fits.
How to dress like an office siren. First, start with a fitted blouse, turtleneck, or high neck tank. Next, a pencil skirt or low-waisted fitted trousers. For shoes, pointy kitten heel. Put your hair either up and a little undone or down and sleek. The most important part, a pair of rectangular glasses.
So definitely the skirt is way too short, and the thigh highs are definitely making it worse, particularly them being visible. I think if that skirt was a couple inches longer, I probably would never say anything. I think it's cute outside of this. Like, I wouldn't wear this to work.
It's not even just that the outfits
I mean, maybe I just don't know women fashion, but I don't think this one's that bad. Maybe it's because the pants are too tight. Like the shirts, like the shirt is not that short.
The most important part, a pair of rectangular glasses.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Maybe the shirt's a little, I don't know. You know, it depends on how much she's gonna have to raise her hands at work. But it's like, yeah, again, I like this is a cute outfit, but it's like, again, like this is not what you should be wearing in an office. Like this, again, this is not that bad. This is crazy. This one here is crazy because it's like, bro, what is he trying to do? Like, what is he trying to get at the office? You know what I'm saying?
skirt is way too short, and the thigh highs are definitely making it worse, particularly them being visible.
But again, just like she said, like if it was a couple inches short or longer, it's not like no one's gonna be out here thinking like anything about it, you know what I'm saying? And just like bro was saying earlier, or just like I was saying earlier, like teachers have such a high responsibility. I don't know if he's gonna go back into, actually yeah, he is gonna go back into teachers because that's the whole point of the video. But teachers have such a high responsibility and they have such a high influence, so it's like I don't know if every teacher really understands the influence and how they're setting standards, and like just like bro was saying, how they shape how children end up seeing the world, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes they need to uphold certain standards as well.
I think if that skirt was a couple inches longer, I probably would never say anything. I think it's cute outside of this, like I wouldn't wear this to work. sure.
It's not even just that the outfits themselves are outrageous, but the concept of being something that is luring men or luring women or luring people's attention in a sexual manner at work is what's really kind of throwing me off. Like, I can already tell that these people who are putting on these outfits have never worked in a corporate building, because first and foremost, it's cold. Like, nobody's wearing those things to this cold environment. I'm just trying to stay bundled up and warm so I don't go to sleep. But second off, and most importantly, I'm not trying to get Janice from accounting to be turned on sexually by the things that I have on. Now, if it happens to happen while I have a polo shirt on, that's a whole different conversation. But like me showing off my thigh meat in order to get James from the IT department to like lick his lips or something like that, that's the weird thing. The reason why I started off with the dress being unprofessional is because that's just the first portion of the iceberg. It goes deeper. Because these are the same people who then make excuses as to why they can do unprofessional things on the platform. If we extended this to any other profession, it probably makes sense. Probably like the medical field, right? You would expect them to dress a certain way and act a certain way, right? But again, it all blends into each other. That's why there's people like that therapist from a couple of years ago who openly went on the platform and outed her male patients. Ultimately, she got fired, but it was crazy how unprofessional she was using her TikTok platform or in her professional environment.
Well, hello. It's your friendly neighborhood therapist who thought she could save these hoes, but got her job terminated as a result. Story time? I think yes. Shit you not, I posted a video on Monday telling men that their dusty behavior is only harming them and that they will benefit from emotional intelligence, and I shit you not, by Friday, didn't have employment.
And it would be different if she was recommending just therapy, but she was literally giving examples of her real life patients and berating the men on the internet. Unprofessional as hell. And I know people are thinking that I'm over exaggerating, but trust me, the lines can be extremely blurred once you start to mix the unprofessional and the professional setting. Meet Adriana Williams. This is a former teacher in Monroe Comprehensive High School who was caught with allegations of essaying a child. But it's not just any child, it's her former student. Now, I'm not saying this is the explicit reason as to why this happened, but all this unprofessional behavior being normalized in these professional environments probably gave people an excuse to just let all this stuff slide and go undetected. Because when I see the past videos of how she was acting with her students, she was basically flirting with the kid.
I'll remember him. I taught him last year.
Late at night.
Yet he still finds a way to see me every day. He is rough-handed. Oh, look, there he goes again. I think he wants to be back in 9th grade.
9th grade? Oh my God, bro.
She be calling me, y'all. She be emailing me from that.
Why you telling stories? Why you telling
You see how he switched his story.
I look like I'm lying.
Why?
Yes.
I'm not.
He gets on my nerves, but that's my twin. We be vibing.
That's your twin, you be vibing, man. That's a student. Well, I do agree that the conversation about respectability politics is real. People shouldn't be judged based off of having dreadlocks or names or, speaking with a certain, tone, vernacular, or whatever the case may be. Those things are real. But that doesn't mean that we can't uphold and maintain professional standards and professional environments. I think the reason why people are giving a bunch of leeway is because these are teachers, first and foremost. But if these were people like doctors, lawyers, accountants, or anything like that, judges, police officers, all those things, people will be looking at it extremely strange that these people want to dress a certain way, act a certain way. And because there's a bigger, broader picture saying that these people are role models to certain young individuals, they should even want to dress a certain way, be a certain way, act a certain way, and not go down this path of just being unprofessional as hell. But let me know what y'all think. Sometimes I can be off in these conversations. I know that I'm going to be professional when I need to be professional and kick back when I need to kick back.
Imagine being able to build...
Nah, facts. Facts. I think he spoke a lot of truth. Like I was saying, I think that the biggest importance is less about how an individual teacher wants to express themselves at school or in their place of work. I think that personal expression is very important still, and I think that they shouldn't constrict teachers or anything like that, but I definitely think that teachers should understand their role, their responsibility, and how important it is what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? And it goes deeper than just teaching kids, 2 + 2 and like grammar and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So, and I definitely do think it is important to like invest in your kids. I had certain teachers who had special relationships with me that they didn't have with other students, and vice versa. Like I didn't have that same relationship with other teachers. So I think it is important for teachers to like have like individual and special relationships. But that last teacher was insane. Like taking it to that extent is wild. So I don't know, man. I think this was a dope video. I think this was interesting perspective, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was cool teachers are ruining children.
I'm getting gritty on these niggas. I'm getting gritty on these bitches. Here we go, now they talking again. I'm getting gritty on these niggas. I'm getting gritty on these bitches. Here we go, now they talking again. I'm getting gritty on these niggas. I'm getting gritty on these bitches.